Hello and welcome to Salford Now. I'm Sam Oliphant.
And I'm Jess Mason. Here's what's coming up on today's programme.
Salford Keys is set to double in size over the next decade with plans to build thousands of homes. Is this money being spent in the right way?
As of tomorrow, you may have to pay between £2 and £5 for a lateral flow test. But how do people in Salford feel about this?
Varsity 2022 has come to an end, so how did all the sporting events pan out? More on this later in the show.
Salford Keys is home to Media City with BBC and ITV studios. It's about to double in size over the next decade with plans to build thousands of homes.
Residents have told Salford Now that they are not happy with the way the money is being spent by the council. Sam Taylor has more.
30 years ago, Media City was just an idea. That's the opening line of the 28-page plan for the future of Salford Keys. While the dream of a northern media hub may have been made reality, Peel Holdings and Salford City Council aren't satisfied yet. After consulting over 1,000 Salford residents, Salford Council has unveiled their plans for the Keys up until 2030. It includes new commercial spaces, a redesign to the Lowry outlet, and more housing for the employees of Media City, which is set to double in size in the next 10 years. One of the highlighted developments is the new town centre, which will bridge the gap between Media City and Cotton Keys.
The beginning of the Media City Town Centre will start here, at the Aquatic Centre, where fishing permits will be allowed and houseboats will be able to moor along the quays. As you walk through the parade, there will be street vendors and food markets going down and ending at the entrance to the Lowry, which will be redesigned to open onto the quays and feature live performance and also a stage in the summer.
While the developments aren't set to be complete until 2030, construction has already begun. Last month, Salford Keys saw large amounts of trees cut down to make way for developments, which were met with protests from residents.
A huge concern raised by residents that because these trees have been here more than 30 years, and they are really beautiful during the spring and summertime. They are very sad to see them go, but permission was granted by Salford City Council. We want Salford City Council to be on residence and do whatever they can to protect the environment here.
It's not just activists concerned about the changes. Just 10 minutes on the bus from Media City and you find yourself in one of the most underdeveloped areas in Greater Manchester. Salford residents outside of the Keys are wondering whether the money being spent in Media City could be better used elsewhere.
I think they're way out of Salford people's price range. So I think they're more for the people that's got the money to spend.
You could do with spending a bit more on the roads. I mean, it's terrible, some of these roads around here. Some are worse than others, you know what I mean?
No, I think they're just turning these places into like mega cities like they are in London. Pushing the people who were born and bred in Salford further and further out. Yeah. Just like they've done in London. I just don't agree with it. I mean, the money's not been spent here. But I mean, like I said, my mother's from Low Broughton originally. And the area she lived, they moved her out because it was a slum area in the 50s. And now there's £1 million apartments there. Yeah. So it's just people being pushed out and pushed out all the time. They're not spending the money in the correct places.
Sam Taylor, Salford Now.
Under England's plan of living with COVID, as of tomorrow, the majority of people will now have to pay for lateral flow and PCR tests.
Weekly testing for students and staff in education will also end. Our reporter Liam O'Donnell went to find out how the Salford community feel about this change.
Testing for COVID has took over many.
Apologies for that. Emmaus, a homeless charity based in Salford, have had one of their vans stolen.
This has been the second van taken in the last 18 months. We sent our reporter Leon Redfern to find out how the charity has been affected by this.
It's very important because, like I say, we do a lot of pick-ups and deliveries, do house clearances as well. So it means it means a lot to us. Yeah, definitely.
Apologies about that. Varsity is an annual sporting event taking place between the universities of Chester and Salford, where their best athletes have a chance to go head-to-head.
We are now joined by our sports editor Luke Johnson to find out how this year's events turned out.
Chester hosted Salford in the 2022 Varsity, which saw over 100 participants competing in different sports, and here are the results. I went down to Chester to get involved in all the action.
After hours of practice and training, this is the relief for the University of Salford students as they defeated the University of Chester in their Varsity event. Katie Blagg works for the Students' Union at Salford.
It's against Chester because we are a similar size university and our sports clubs are very same in terms of ability, and obviously we want to make sure that the students that are participating get the best experience possible, and there's no point in putting them against, let's say, Manchester if they're going to get smashed at every fixture.
It was the first Varsity event after last year's cancellation due to the coronavirus, and there was a sense of excitement.
To be honest, I was a bit nervous in the morning, and when I was about to get into the field, I was trying to calm down, it's just another game, don't think much, don't get much pressure on the head. And then when I just saw the team, I got pumped up, we got this one.
I'm playing badminton and volleyball. Volleyball's yet to play yet, but badminton's gone well. It's good fun. It's always nice to come down and come for a competition. Games were pretty good. We won most of mine, so I'm happy.
I play volleyball and it's so great to play in Varsity. It's just great to play against Chester, our rivals, but also we come together as a university to play, so it's an all-day event that we all love.
And we played cricket indoors, which was interesting and new for a lot of us, but we really enjoyed it, and the team smashed it today.
Play netball and really exciting. We're just here to have a good time, hopefully win, just play our best game we can. It feels great. Obviously we missed out last year due to the pandemic, so it was really nice to finally get a game with these guys who we all grew really close last year, so it's been really nice to play an actually meaningful game, and obviously absolutely fantastic to get the win.
There was lots of different events such as fencing, cricket, softball and football, with the overall winners being Salford by 1 point, 15-14. That ended Varsity for 2022, with Salford hosting next year's event.
So here are some of the results. Here we are. So unfortunately, the Chester won the football. Salford won the netball. Salford also won the cricket with chasing 96 down. Salford won both men and women's rugby, both being very enticed games. Chester unfortunately won the hockey in the male and the female. Salford won the American football by just 1 point. And the overall winners were Salford, 15-14.
As of tomorrow, energy firms will be able to increase bills by 54%. Millions of homes across the UK will be paying around £700 more per year for their electricity and gas.
Our reporter Ali Hussein went to find out how the people of Salford are responding to this.
What do you think should be done to combat the cost of living crisis?
I think there should be some more support and have more of a social safety net for people, because obviously it's going to affect them, poorer people and people who are on that poverty breadline. So I think there should be more support, more capabilities to protect these families from what could be the start of a very troublesome time for them.
I think we need more benefits for people on low incomes. I think, okay, over the summer, the utility bills won't affect people that badly, but you wait till October, December comes, and I think we'll have people dying of cold, and they've got to do something before then. You can't have people who go to work who can't afford to eat and heat.
To lower the taxes and the energy bills, that's the most important.
How is it, if at all, is it affecting you?
Well, I'm all right, but I worry about the people who are on low incomes, how they're going to survive. Will it be food or will it be heating?
Not so much me, because I'm retired, I live on my own, so my bills aren't that big. But I've already seen my utility bills go up from £16 a month to £211, so it will have an impact. You know, I'll have less money in my pocket over the summer.
That's all we've got time for on this week's programme.
Remember to follow @Salford Now on Twitter and Facebook for more updates. Goodbye.
Thank you.